Well, hello lovely people, welcome to today's pick a card reading. So it was a short story. I went to Madrid to visit a friend of mine a couple of weeks back, and like you do when you go on vacation, you try to buy yourself something pretty. I, as always, was set on buying some kind of jewelry, but I didn't manage to find anything interesting, which is weird because normally the southern countries have really cool handmade stuff. But whatever, I didn't find anything, but I did find some tarot cards and they have cats on them. They are so cute. So this is what we are going to be using in today's reading, and this is also where the inspiration for today came from. Because when I saw the cats, and I was just thinking, what kind of a reading do I want to do first with them? And the first thing that came to my mind was, what is your sexy kitty energy? So basically, this is what we are going to be doing today, lovely people. So the question will be, what is your sexy kitty energy? Or if you prefer it in more straightforward terms, like what do people like about you, what's sexy about you, what's sparkly in your energy? That's the question we will be dealing with today. I also got a fun idea, so if any of you is interested in that, you can leave a comment down below in the comment section. I was thinking that it would be really cool if people who like to have a really short type of tarot pull for them for like a specific question or something, can leave me a comment, and then I'll try to shoot a video for you guys, like upload it on YouTube with, like, for instance, add this person's name on YouTube, like you asked this and this, the cards say this and this. So if this sounds like something you would like to do, feel free to leave me a comment with your question. Okay, now let's get into this tarot today. As you see, there are 3 piles in front of you with 3 rings. So pick the pile you feel the most drawn to, and then we will get in the tarot and the oracle cards. And also I have pulled a little healing spell for you guys, so that we are gonna do at the end. So yeah, choose which pile you want to go to, and let's see. Hello, pile 1. If you chose this fun little ring over here, then the cards you got from the tarot are the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and also the Tower card. Right off the bat, what your energy is giving me in terms of like what people like about you, what's sexy about you, and so on. I want to say that you feel like a real go-getter. Maybe this is the precise word. Like, first you give off the vibe of somebody who is balanced, I would say, or at least I see this as balanced. Like you have a good balance between earth energy in the form of the pentacles in this case, and also of sword energy representing for me the mind. So I think that you are one of those people who are well adjusted, so to say, between the different aspects of their character, and the combination of earth and air. And again, maybe I am biased because, for instance, in my own natal chart I am heavy earth and air energy. Those are the type of people who can start something, can have a spark of an idea, let's say, can start something, can chase it, and are overall maybe not enthusiastic like the fire signs could be, but just very like go-getter. I can't think of a word that's better in this context. Let's maybe try and go at it card by card. So the first card you got is the Ace of Pentacles. And like I said, the Ace of Pentacles, it seems that a lot of, one of the things that people like about you a lot is that you are on the one side maybe a more grounded person, like you are not swimming in the clouds or something like that, like you have a firm grasp on reality, on what you can do and what you should do and what you have to do in order to achieve something. and you have like this stable aura around you. But again, this is not the sense of stability where you are stuck in a certain place. It's more the sense of stability of like having a tangible, practical approach to things and being a sort of a powerhouse when it comes to ideas, especially ideas that have to do somehow with the material realm. For instance, business, or think about something like that, like those types of ideas. You are really skilled, or like, I guess, even if you don't feel like that, people see you as somebody who can just create opportunities out of themselves, so to say. And the next card you got is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords, I think this is also the energy that helps a lot to the Earth energy of the Pentacles you got. So you seem like a really clear thinking individual, like somebody who you can have a deep conversation, like maybe not necessarily emotionally deep in that sense, not saying that you're not emotional or empathetic or that type of thing, but more like a discussion on ideas, on philosophy, on maybe even the meaning of life, like that type of deep conversation. You seem to have that energy, like something in you people see as intellectual authority, I guess. And it could be that people often come to you to ask about some sort of guidance. Then the other card you got on the first, from the first three, is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups tells me that now this would be a card that adds some of the water energy in your reading. I think that there is something in your emotional nature that is appealing to others. Now I don't know, because you know how the court cards, so the page through the king, have like different ages, I guess. So the page is the youngest energy always. Then comes the knight, which is like teenager, so to say. I feel like there is something really cute, maybe in the way you express your emotions. Maybe, you know, people see something about you, about being this intellectual authority, or being really focused and capable in the material realm. But then I feel like they see also another side of you, that's the more watery energy. When you show passion for a certain thing, like for a certain relationship, for a certain project, it could be that this energy comes in this form of it, especially in close relationships with people, and maybe in romantic relationships, because people expect the other energy from you, like the Queen energy and the Pentacle energy. And then when they are close enough to you, they also see this charming, compassionate, a little bit more sensitive person, who is maybe there is a sense of not negative shock, but just something that you weren't expecting from this person when you open up to people. It's like, oh, you seem so I don't know, I feel like I'm not saying it as a compliment, but I hope you understand it as such. It's like, oh, I didn't expect that this super serious, determined, intellectual person has this soft, maybe a little bit childlike or teenager-like side of themselves, because like I said, knights are like teenager energy of sort. Again, it's not a negative thing. I think it's really cute in this context. Yeah, and I would say that you probably, like, once you open up to people, you have this more romantic nature, which is again super cute, but it's just, it doesn't feel like it's the top layer. It comes after the other things. Now when we get into the cards, ooh, I hope you can't hear that from the street. When we get to the cards in the second row, the first one you got is the Ten of Swords. And with the Ten of Swords, I feel like you are one of those people, and people see you this way as well, that kind of has 9 lives, like the cats. So you seem to be really resilient. I don't know if you have truly had life throw some swords and stones your way, and you somehow managed to get yourself out of this situation, or maybe this is just a part of your aura when others look at you, but you seem to be somebody who can always get up when there has been some kind of hardship, and like you learn from it. You might get down for a little while, because like, of course, when something negative happens to us, we need some time to process our emotions. You can't forever be a machine and just work, 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 go, go, go. But it seems that you have this ability to get out of it. Like, it might take you a week, it might take you a month or a year, but the point is that people see you getting up on your feet once again, because there are people out there, they are perpetual victims in all their situations, their whole life. Like, they get stuck there and they never can find something positive to latch onto in the situation. You seem to be the opposite. Like, you find a way to, like, I guess like the cat on the card, to just, oh, we have a saying like, to, when it's raining, to be able to move between the raindrops, so to say, so you don't get wet. Then you got the Three of Pentacles card. So we again have this energy of your material side, let's say. It seems that you, something that people appreciate in you a lot is that you have a collaborative streak somewhat. Like, you might be self-sufficient in a way, because part of your energy is very much giving me the vibe of I am self-sufficient, but you seem open to help other people when they need it. Like I said, it might not be your first choice. I don't know, maybe you are somebody who prefers doing things on their own, but when somebody asks for it, you are there, you are a helping hand. And as a team, you can achieve a lot with those other people. Like, you have a strong work ethic, you have a strong friend ethic, and you are just there for people, especially if something is happening with them. The last card you got is also the Tower, which is again this disruptive kind of energy. So on the one hand, it is again giving me the vibe that people are very well aware of your strength to come in contact with adversity and somehow overcome it. I would say that they also see you as somebody who maybe creates adversity and brings it upon themselves, so you can evolve and change. You know, there are that type of people out there that just need some kind of stressor in order to continue developing. So if they don't have problems from the outside to bring them forward on their development journey, let's say, they will create those problems from within. I think in this case it is also important that the Tower card came up in the reverse position, because the reverse position of the Tower very much speaks about that change coming from within. And this is definitely a formidable characteristic to have, like to basically bring hell and fire on yourself, by yourself, from yourself, with love, just to grow and to continue developing yourself. This could be also the energy of you being this same force for other people. And because it also in the second row, it came up the two cards of adversity and in the middle the card of collaboration. I want to say that you are somebody who brings this energy to other people's lives, and they might not love it at first necessarily, because we all want to more or less live in some kind of happiness bubble. but I think that they grow to appreciate it, because like you are able to point out to the people in your lives specific things that might not be working for them, or point out also specific solutions which they might not want to choose off the bat, but which help in the long run. So it is again this collaborative energy where like on the both sides of this you have some shittiness. It's like swords on this side, fire and fury on the other side, but in the middle we are here, we can help, like let's just start this journey and get you out of this situation. Like I said, this is a great feature to have, even if it's not the easiest thing right off the bat. Now also I'd say, like going crisscross applesauce a little bit on the cards, I would say that further qualities that people appreciate a lot in you is that when you have that spark of idea, when you have that that pentacle energy of wanting to delve into a new opportunity, like you don't have the fear, you know, you are skillful to again move between the raindrops and to find the right way to do things. So I feel like you have this inner trust, I guess, like inner narcissism if you'd like, that things are gonna work out somehow and things are gonna happen, even if it's not like, even if swords fall from the sky, like you'll still get there somehow. Like there's a will, there's some kind of a way, even if it's rocky. And also, like I said, I like overall your energy in the cards is so much giving me the vibe that people see you as some kind of idea authority or intellectual authority. And again, I want to just emphasize that I feel like people come to you for like advice, especially advice on how to handle things. Empathy not necessarily coming through to me so strongly, but again, doesn't mean that you are mean or anything like that. It's just, I feel like it's there, but it's not the main point of contact. But again, I feel like when push comes to shove, you can offer that emotional stability to people as well. Like when everything starts to fall apart, it's not like you are a cold person or something like that. Like, no, you can open up and be receptive and be kind to people's emotions. It's just like the second tier or something. It's not the thing that comes out first. And like the three astrology cards that you got on both sides, I would say reflect this energy pretty nicely. So you got the water element from the element cards. And you know, water is like the signs Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And basically, I'll just like show you the card as well. So water signs are like intuitive, imaginative, deeply connected to their emotions. This is again not something that we necessarily, I would say, so much so in your reading, but I just feel like this is a hidden layer to you. But again, like definitely something else from the water energy that came up. Oop, don't move the lamp, don't. Oop. Okay, whatever. Yeah, like as the card also says, water signs are the natural healers, and they often dedicate their time to help others, to save others. And I feel like this is something that definitely comes up in your reading, but just maybe not through the realm of emotions necessarily, more so through the realm of actions. And then you got two lunar phases cards, the first quarter moon and the waxing crescent moon. And with the first quarter moon, I don't know, maybe you can also check which moon you are born under. You can see that on Google. But with the first quarter, those are normally people who are like really passionate and go-getters in life. They're like kind of the, I don't know, fire energy of the lunar phases, so to say. And with the waxing crescent, I think This is the moon exactly after it, if I'm not mistaken. And people of this phase are like normally ambitious, like adventurous, like again, sort of fiery in energy and chasing their goals and all of that good stuff. Oh, before I forget, also, at the start I pulled for you guys a small healing spell. I don't know how well you can see it in this lighting, but I'll read it out to you. So this is something if you feel like doing spells. I am personally too lazy, but you can do that. So, what your spell is, it's the skin preserving potion. There is a reason many witches appear ageless. Ooh, sounds nice. They take good care of their skin and heighten the health of their complexion with a Venusian prescription for eternal youth. Combine the following oils: 2 ounces sweet almond, 2 drops of clary sage, 2 drops of chamomile, 2 drops of myrrh, no idea what this is, and 2 drops of rosemary. And 2 drops of geranium. And before you anoint your skin each night, utter this spell. Goddess of love, goddess of light, hear this prayer. Your youth and beauty eternal please share. So mote it be. Rub the potion on your face and rinse off for healthy skin and radiant glow. Let's see. I think you can see it now. Awesome. Good. Pile 1, this was your reading. I hope it was fun. Oh, no, actually, one more thing. Actually, I forgot about this part as well. Yes, I even Googled it specifically because I'm not too aware of the meaning of tarot cards when it comes to body parts, but I was sure that there must be something out there. And with the cards you got, there is an emphasis when it comes to body features on mostly the hands. So it is really possible that something that people notice about you when it comes to your physicality has to do with your hands and arms. I don't know if they're maybe particularly well groomed. Maybe you like to do your nails or something. Maybe you like to wear jewelry the way I do, or maybe you have like strong muscular or veiny hands, or who knows. But definitely there is a strong emphasis on the hands, yes. And also there is an emphasis on the face, specifically on the eyes with your cards as well. So maybe you have like a really penetrating gaze that gets to people and they can just read through that gaze that like, oh man, this person is gonna turn my whole life upside down type of thing. Okay, awesome. Glad I remembered to say that as well. Sorry about that. But yeah, I hope that this was fun for you. And yeah, till next time. Hello, Pile 2. If you chose this cute little flower ring over here, then this is your part of the reading. So let's get into your cards. You got the 4 of Cups, followed by the Knight of Cups, the Page of Swords, the 5 of Wands, the Star card. Yes, the Star card, not the Sun card. The Star card and the 4 of Wands. So the first thing your cards are giving me energy-wise, I feel like you are one of those really youthful individuals. Like your cards are just giving me this happy-go-lucky type of vibe, the type of person who might be 50 or 60 years old, but they are like super optimistic, they are super interesting to be around, like they have the ability to communicate with young people, with children, like with everybody. They just are still full of life, no matter what has happened to them, no matter where they are in life, no matter of their age. Just you have this super great, optimistic, positive, maybe childlike energy that I feel like is super contagious to the people around you. Maybe to go on your cards one by one, starting with the 4 of Cups. I feel like something that people like about you, or maybe I would say even admire about you, is that you are self-assured in the way of when an opportunity is presented to you, you are not afraid to say no to it. If you feel like it's not for you, if you feel like it's not on your level, I guess, but not on your level in a mean way or a narcissistic way or anything like that, but it's just that you know your worth positively, I guess. But also like you kind of know what you want and you have the dissemination, maybe that's the word, or maybe it's not, and I'm just saying something from biology, which would be weird. You have the, let's say, dissemination to decide what opportunities that are coming your way are positive and you should take, and which one you should spill. Like you can see how the kitty in the card is like laughing, like being his jokey little self, like grinning from ear to ear, and he has 4 cups in front of him and the bottle, and he is basically like pushing one of them off the table as cats do. I feel like you have a similar energy, like when you see the different opportunities in front of you, like you don't feel confined by them necessarily, because you know that somewhere in the back room there's a whole bottle of wine waiting for you. So you just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I don't like this one and I'm gonna completely take it off the table. And you don't linger on it, you don't dramatize over it, like you just know what you need. You have maybe also like part of this is introspection, like you know yourself well enough and you are sensitive enough, like you have enough mental clarity and stamina and reflectiveness to not get swayed away, for instance, by the shininess of the cup or something. Like you know what to push off the table. Okay. And the second card you got is also a Cups card. It is the Knight of Cups. And with the Knight of Cups, Knight energy is, I would say, like I said, also with a pile 1, I think they might have gotten also the Knight of Cups. I am not sure. Whatever, they got some kind of night energy. Night energy, when we speak again about like age, corresponds to kind of like teenager years. So again, this is giving me very much the vibe that you feel like a super young soul, but not in a negative way, not in the way of I don't know what I'm doing and I am all over the place, chaotic type of energy. No, you just seem warm and optimistic and open to life. And the Knight of Cups is a really romantic and creative person. So I feel like this is something you have an abundance of in your life and it is super attractive to people. Like I feel like you trust yourself to, on the one hand, to open yourself up in your relationships and to show your true self to people. Like you don't have, I feel like you, even if you might have gotten hurt in the past in relationships, in friendships or whatever, but you don't seem like a closed off type of person. Just the opposite, you feel like somebody who is there like waiting for their friend or partner or whatever at the end of the day with a glass of wine, like ready to enjoy life, ready to speak about what they did during the day, to share about their passion projects of the moment, or also somebody that you would, for instance, call randomly on a Saturday evening and say like, hey, I have this crazy idea. Do you want to go to this place in the next state or whatever? Like that type of I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, that kind of spontaneous person, I feel like. So you seem very open, also receptive to people. You give off the vibe of having a romantic streak, maybe again romantic in that openness type of way, not necessarily romantic, although it could be, but not necessarily romantic in the way of I'm gonna get home and bring you I don't know, chocolates and a dozen roses because everybody does that and this is custom and it's all romantic. No, you're more like the romantic energy that's super creative. So you know something really fun and quirky about your friend or your partner, and you decide to surprise them, to somehow spin it in a way to surprise them. Yeah, I hope I'm explaining that right. Like you feel like you have a good in tune type of energy with the people around you. The card after that is the Page of Swords. And the Page energy is again like from the 4 court cards, so from the Page to the King. It is the youngest type of energy. It has again this childlike type of innocence and playfulness and inspiration with life that I feel like your whole reading is speaking about. So the Page of Swords is a really curious energy. Like, they are super youthful. They want to experience life to the fullest. They want to jump into every opportunity that appeals to them. So I feel like this is something that people really admire and like about you. Just those are just qualities that make up a really warm type of person. I guess I can't think of a word that's better than warm for this. This for me is like one of the biggest compliments, like people finding comfort in your energy, so to say. And I feel like you're also somebody who is really eager to learn new things. So maybe you are somebody who would absolutely go into a chat or a discussion or even a fight with the people on the next table at your restaurant or at your bar when you hear somebody talking about a topic that you find interesting or maybe that you have some knowledge about, and you will just spring into their conversation and start talking to them and exchanging ideas, but also like being receptive to listening what those other people have to say. Like, it is the Page of Swords is a really inquisitive type of energy. You can even see the depiction of the card. Like, the cat has, I don't know how many books around it, and it's reading them and getting smarter by the second. Okay, so this is basically the first row of your energy. When we go into the second row, it's really interesting that the first card that came up is the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands energy is normally, how do I say it? I guess a bit of a combative energy, maybe would be the word. So you seem to have like a competitive streak within you. Again, this is tying in for me personally in the same way that, like, you know what you want, you know how to pick things that are offered to you. Like, you have a sharp mind, you have wit and everything. So this also shows itself in situations where you are maybe chasing a certain goal, especially if this goal is something highly sought after, so you have a lot of competition, or maybe it's also some kind of collaborative work. It seems like in those situations you can really firmly stand your ground. You are not a person who is gonna shy away or who has some kind of reservations about saying something, ruffling a little bit of feathers. Like, I really like the imagery of this card because you can just see how nonchalantly this cat is looking. And like the 5 wands are like a pentacles. It's kind of like a pentacles. It's like a pentagram. So he kind of has this energy of like, if you mess with me, I'm gonna destroy you. Like, I'm gonna keep your skull as a trophy or something. Like, you don't start a fight with me. I might be all nice and positive and all of those awesome things, but I know how to stand my ground. So you will not take advantage of me. Like, you seem to have the competitive spirit to win and to win, and if you believe in something to I'm not getting the English word, doorzetten, to not shove it up people's throats, but to, like, this, I believe in this, so you have, so pay attention to it. I can't think of the word, I'm sorry. Yes, and this might take the form of you being debateful with people, like arguing, but again, it doesn't have to be negative. It just shows me the vibe of I am not a pushover. Like I'm energetic, I can... I'm gonna stop the video and look for the word because it's driving me insane. Yes, I found the word. Now I can live happily ever after. So you have the ability to assert yourself. Assert is the word I was looking for. Exactly. Awesome. Moving along. So the next card that came up for you is the star energy. And the star energy, I feel like, again, like we talked about till now, speaks about this warmness in your aura that people feel extremely drawn to. Like you just, on the one hand, it is again like the optimism, the hope that you exude, like the warmness, the positivity, all of those nice things. There might be also a little bit of dreaminess, like you can see how the cat is looking up at the star and it seems like he is thinking about some kind of dream he has or something that he wants to do and to have and to achieve in his life. So this is something that's really attractive to people, but also quite literally with the star energy, I feel like you are somebody who people just notice. There are those types of people in this life where they just enter a room and everybody notices their energy. I feel like those people are normally in two categories, like either light or dark energy, I guess. Like light energy would be your type of energy. Again, you are fiery, you are there, you are present, you are talkative, you are optimistic, like you draw everybody in with your warmness. The other type of people who are able to do that, the dark type of energy, I feel like are more like the femme fatale type of people who are like, oh, you are so mysterious, like I want to get to know you, you are gonna destroy my life, that type of thing. This is not you. I would definitely say you are the light type of energy, like you are the king walking in the room and everybody's in awe of him and wants to get on their knees. Why not? And the last tarot card that came up for you is the Four of Wands card. And the Four of Wands, it is the card of home. So I feel like people really find this sense of belonging when you are there. I feel like when people talk to you, when they exchange with you, you have the natural ability to be really reassuring to them. Not necessarily that you would say something extremely deep that will change their life or anything like that. Of course, we all can do that. That happens, but it's not necessarily that. It's not that you are bringing some kind of objective value to them. It's just that you have this really contagious, positive energy. And it's like when people are around you, their energy gets lifted up as well, and they just feel better and at the end of it. And I feel like there is also a sense of this card about celebration. So you are maybe one of those people who knows how to celebrate once something good happens, whether it is alone or with other people. Like I feel like you have developed enough, like you have walked your path long enough to have found some kind of harmony with yourself and some kind of balance with yourself, and like you are you I don't know how to say it, you just know yourself and you have some peace with yourself, so to say. Like you are not plagued by dramatizations. I don't know. I guess this is what I'm trying to say. Now no, actually one more thing. Yes, I also almost forgot it with pile 1. I remembered at the end. I wanted to see whether the cards correspond to specific body parts, and they do, but unlike with pile 1, where there was a really clear message about something with the hands being super appealing, like with you it's more mixed. So there is both an emphasis when it comes to body parts specifically that people might be really attracted to or paying attention to. There is on the one hand like the face generally, but mostly the eyes and the mouth. So again, you might have really introspective eyes, like the type of people where you look at them and they might seem really positive, but you feel like there's a whole ocean behind behind their eyes of things that they are not sharing with you right off the bat, but you can just feel this smartness. I can't function in English today. You just feel this wisdom behind their eyes. I feel like this is something people see in you as well. And people might also pay a lot of attention to your lips when you are talking. Not meaning that you have like necessarily big lips or something like that, but there is just something very articulative about your mouth and the expressions that you do with your mouth when you are communicating. And also I would say that with the star card, the emphasis is like on the whole body, specifically on the skin of the body, like the original star card is it depicts a naked lady who is all shiny and beautiful, like ready to go in the lake for a swim or something. So there might be also something really noticeable about your skin, whether it is that you have a really nice tan, or maybe you seem super soft or something, maybe people enjoy caressing you, that type of thing. Okay, awesome. Then maybe lastly, the 3 astrology cards that I pulled out. Now those are interesting. We first got the inconjunct card. So the inconjunct card is basically when two, the degree or the aspect, I guess, it's when two planets are at 150 degrees from each other. And the inconjunct is a really interesting energy because it is a negative aspect in a way, but it's more so a confusing aspect. It is the aspect, if you have it in your natal chart, where the two planets that have it sort of just don't understand each other. It's not necessarily positive, it's not necessarily negative. It's like we are of two different worlds. So maybe you are experiencing some time in your life with all of this positive radiating energy. There might be people out there who just simply don't understand you. They see you as some kind of alien being, like whoever is this person. Like again, it's not hate, it's not love either. It's just, I don't know, an overall weirdness type of vibe, I guess. I mean, embrace that. Like not everybody in life is going to like us. Like the brighter you shine, the more attention you grab from people, the more there are gonna be all sorts of cases out there. Some people are gonna like you, others will not. Now the other 2 cards you got are interesting, and I am not even sure how to properly interpret them, but maybe it will speak something to you. So both of the cards are of the transit cards. We have the lunar eclipse and the planetary return. And with the lunar eclipse, eclipse season, you know, is generally our time to process old things that we have been through and basically cleanse ourselves of them. So there is the energy of you having this full circle moment. Your emotions might have been running high during the time, but it is a point that there is some kind of completion there and something old is falling through and you're learning something new. So I feel like this cycle, this continuous cycle of apprehending patterns in your life and like shedding of old skins is something that you handle a lot, like recurringly in your life. Maybe this is also the thing that's giving you this youthful energy, because you just managed to find a way out of the heaviness, out of the problems. And with the planetary return, I would say it has a similar energy, but because it is generally planetary return, not one particular planet, I guess it's not specific enough. But the idea with the planetary return is again that each return signifies some kind of major change in our life, like some kind of major coming of age moment again, especially like, for instance, what is also given in this card, the Saturn return. It's a time when you basically re-examine what you thought you knew about yourself up to this point. So I feel like you might be the type of person who often goes again through those cycles of reinventing themselves each time, not as a completely different person, not in that way, but more like first you move through the outer circle, then you move a little bit closer, a little bit closer, a little bit closer, till you find the kernel of truth, so to say. So it's like it's an improvement of yourself, not a reinvention in the sense of I am a totally different person now. It's like a fine-tuning. I feel like you are a person who fine-tunes all the time. Okay, one last card and then you are free to go. So I picked up some healing spells, and the one you got is the Blessing Bath. So for this spell, you should place 1 quart of rough sea salt or Epsom salt in a large bowl. Add the juice of 2 freshly squeezed lemons, half a cup of sesame oil, and 4 drops each of lavender and jasmine oil. Stir well until mixed, and when your tub is 1/3 full, add 1/4 of the salt mixture under the faucet. Breathe in deeply and proclaim, remove from me anything impure of heart, spirit, and mind. My wish is to once again become whole, free of pain and sadness, and filled with all that is better in me. When the tub is full, step inside and repeat the prayer, and use the rest of the salt to gently massage your body. Just so you can see it up close. Okay, awesome. Pile 2 then, this was your reading. I hope that it was fun for you guys, and till next time. Well, hello Pile 3. If you chose this huge ring over here, one of my personal favorites, then this is your part of the reading. So let's get into your cards regarding what people like about you, like what's your sexy kitty energy. Good, so the cards you got from the tarot are the 3 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Lover's card, the 4 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. Now, the first thing that your card energy is giving me, I feel like people see you as a really calming influence on them. Like this is what the amalgamation of your cards is giving me. I feel like just when somebody is in your presence, they automatically feel calmer and more in peace and more like going with the flow. Now, let's get into the cards one by one, starting with the 3 of Cups. Now, the 3 of Cups card is a very collaborative card. Like, generally speaking, firstly, because you got 2 Cups cards and 3 Swords cards. So this would be a mixture of water and air energy. So let's say of emotions, relationships, and ideas, and like intellect, mind, and thoughts. So I feel like you are a person who primarily focuses in those 2 realms. Now, I don't know if maybe you also experience that people come to you very often either for advice, again for that calming energy of yours, just because you have that like therapist aura, I guess, or also to feel understood through a relationship, somehow through empathy. So anyway, starting with the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, like I said, it is a very collaborative energy. Like generally, the Suit of Cups talks about relationships and connections in our life. So I feel like people value the relationship they have of you on with you on a personal level really highly. Like with the Three of Cups, you feel like somebody who is really sociable, really joyful, like somebody who is fun to be around, like the life of the party type of thing. Again, maybe not in a fiery energy, because like when I say life of the party, that sounds more like your typical fire sign that just walks in the room and all eyes are on them, like the star of the show or the king. This was a bit of pile two's energy. With you, I guess maybe it's not the right word, the life of the party, but more like the bonding force of the party, let's say. Like, I don't know how to say it. It's not that fiery aggressive type of energy. It's like that comforting watery type of energy that you still want in your life, because you feel again really calm around it, really good about yourself. There's like a strong sense of you being a part of a certain community here and being really valued by that community, either as an equal or as somebody who is wise in the emotional realm of relationships. So again, like it's not the look at me energy, it's more like the counselor type of energy, I guess. And with the Two of Cups, there is again this emphasis on your relationships with people. Like you seem to have really deep connections with people. Your relationships seem to be a really big priority in your life, or at least, like I said, people see the relationship, the emotional connection with you as a really high priority in their life. And they see you as somebody who has that capacity to form really meaningful and deep relationships. I also want to say that this card, the Two of Cups card, is giving me this vibe of somebody. You see how the two cats are looking at each other? Let me show you a little bit closer. It's giving me this vibe of people feeling well around you, even if you are not saying anything to one another. Like you can just sit there over a cup of wine or whatever and not speak and feel understood with you. This is the vibe you have. Again, it's a really intuitive type of energy, really maybe emotionally psychic towards other people. Like people feel well in your company. They feel understood. And with the Ace of Swords being the card after it, I feel like this emphasizes a lot your ingenuity of thought, let's say. Like you are an intellectually sharp person, and I feel like this is something that people admire you for as well. And this might be something also apart from your capacity to build relationships with people and to communicate with them on an empathetic level. I feel like you are the type of person who is also really good at giving specific advice to people. So if somebody has a problem, I feel like when they come to you, they can, even if they're not all too clear on what is going on inside of them, your combination of empathy and of clear thought can pull out of them clarity on the situation, so to say. Like again, you are very much giving me like a therapist type of vibe. Like you can communicate openly and clearly, and I feel like you don't shy away from maybe something, from saying something a bit more negative to somebody, if it's going to further their growth and them stepping out of a negative situation they might be experiencing. Like you have a really great combination, like I said, of empathy and intellectualism. Yeah, I guess. Whatever, doesn't matter if that word is right or not. Okay, great. Going to the second round of your cards, you got the Lovers card. And again, with the Lovers, this is the card speaking of love, compassion with people, and building strong connections. So again, like there's a huge emphasis in your reading on your ability to form meaningful bonds with people and how much people really appreciate those bonds in their life. In their life. The other thing with the Lovers card, it is the card of values. So I feel like you can act as a guiding light to people when it comes to values. You yourself seem to be somebody who has the capacity to be really pensive with all the sorts energy that came up for you. You have the capacity to focus and to get clear on your values and where you stand in life regarding certain issues, regarding what you are going after, what you are chasing, regarding people, like regarding everything. You are able to be honest with yourself and to examine also the icky sides that we don't always want to acknowledge in ourselves. And once you do that, you can also inspire other people to do it as well. Now with the last two cards that came up for you, the Four of Swords and the Three of Swords. Something that this combination is giving me on the one hand is that you might have had, for instance, I mean, most people do, but anyways, you might have had some kind of situation, some kind of heartbreaking situation. You know that the Three of Swords, it's like the quintessential heartbreak type of card, where the heart is pierced through the three swords. On this card, even the cat is like dead, I guess. Doesn't sound good. Anyways, but I feel like what this is talking about is that you have probably gone through some kind of painful, heartbreaking situation, which taught you a lot about yourself, your values, ways to act, but also it taught you about getting up on your feet after some kind of setback. And this made you, I guess, calm would be a good word for this, like calm, reflective, like the Four of Swords energy. If you know the typical Rider-Waite deck cards, how they look, it is this man who is lying down and taking a break. So I feel like this situation taught you some calmness and reflection in your life, and also kind of like when enough is enough, like when you need to take a break in order to not blow a fuse. And I feel like this is something that people admire a lot in you, because again, like I said from the beginning, your cards are very much giving the vibe of you being a stable person and like a therapist type of person, like somebody that people go towards for advice, for empathy, for ideas, but also generally to feel better. And I feel like this is a part of your story where you have been down bad on something and you managed to overcome it, and people notice it, even if maybe you haven't flat out told them what happened and they might not be aware that something even happened, but just through your wise nature, they can sort of sense that there was something there, some kind of demon that you fought and that you got the winning hand over. And this is what has now led to all of your lovely qualities. And I feel like there is a part of this also where you bring this capacity for healing also to other people. Like you can teach other people to do this, and this is why they are so drawn into having a relationship with you. This is why they form such bonds with you. So again, like there might have been a negative spin on those two cards, like something made you have to work on those problems, but you know, pain just has to happen in every life. Some rain must fall. It is what it is. But again, it was exactly this pain and suffering which led to your resilience and to your wisdom, and I would say even calmness in life. Because like sword energy, again, it is intellectually calm, in its positive manifestation, of course. In its negative manifestation, it could be like anxious and all of that. And like water energy, again, has this propensity to be really calm and difficult to stir up, I guess. Awesome. Yes, and one last thing, like with the other two piles, I really wanted to see what body parts, if any, the tarot cards represent. And when it comes to the cards that came up for you, the main emphasis here is like, again, like similar to pile 1, there is an emphasis on the hands and also on like the smile or the voice more so. But the emphasis here is like the calming nature of your hands and of your voice. So it could be that you would, for instance, be really skillful at maybe giving massages or other types of healing work with your hands. Or maybe even you are the type of person where if you hug somebody, or if, I don't know, you rest your hand on their shoulder or something like that, maybe this is a way for you to transfer your calm and empathetic energy onto them. And the other thing with the voice is the same, that you, once you talk to people, when you talk to people, just the sound of your voice, regardless of what exactly the words you are saying are, I feel like it has this calming influence on them. So pile 3, I feel like you are gonna be our therapist pile. I don't know what to tell you. Then finally, let's get into the astrology cards and then also the spell card. So the first card you got is the new moon, and the new moon phase speaks about something starting anew. So it's basically the end of the old moon. The full moon is gone. It's again the new moon. It's starting afresh. It's starting anew, and it is ready to explore new experiences, have new adventures. So you very well might be a person who is really adventurous in their life. Like you might not want to stay in the same place a lot. I would say that because you got a lot of swords energy. Sword energy is the fastest moving energy in the tarot. So this could be you as well. Like you don't want to get stuck in one place. You want to always be moving, to be learning something new, to be developing yourself. And I would say with the new moon, it is again really important that it is the point where you have closed an old cycle and you are moving into a new cycle. I feel like this is one of your strengths, basically, shedding your old skin. The other astrology card you got are the planetary nodes. So there might be a really big emphasis in your life, and also that something that people admire about your energy a lot is that you seem to be a person with a purpose. Like, you know that the nodes, the north and south node, speak about the purpose we are moving towards in this life and the purpose we are moving away from one of our past lives. So it has to do with purpose and destiny. Like you seem really focused on what you want to accomplish and achieve, and you put in the effort to do it. And the final astrology card you got is the post-shadow retrograde. I hadn't heard about this till now, so this is something new to me as well. But it is basically the phase of the retrograde that follows the retrograde. Okay, so it comes after it. And basically this phase again speaks about the time when you are recovering from what got shaken up during the retrograde phase. So again, and because I by chance put it on this side with the Three of Swords energy, again there is this emphasis on you having dealt with something and recovering from it. I feel like this is one of your strengths. I mean, generally people who are wise, who make it up to some level, it doesn't happen in a vacuum, so to say. Normally there has been something that has shaken them to their core and which has made them develop. So I feel like this is your story as well. Okay, one last thing and then you are free to go. The spell I picked for you guys at the start for you is the I Feel Pretty spell. So many witches prefer whipping up their own healing beauty magic. Here's a simple recipe for a homemade salt rub. The beauty of this recipe is that you can change the essential oils to suit your mood. Combine 3 cups of Epsom salts, 1 tablespoon of glycerin, 4 drops of ylang ylang, 1 drop of jasmine and 1 drop of clary sage. Mix well and store in a colored glass jar. You can use these salts with the body purification ritual to help exfoliate your skin. Ooh, now I have to find what the body purification ritual is. Okay, so this is the card for you, pile 3. Focus. Awesome. Good. Then pile 3, this is all I have for you, and see you next time. Oop, no, actually, wait. I was supposed to find the purification ritual. My bad. So this, nope, let me show it to you guys. Come on, focus. Aha. This is the purification ritual, so I'm gonna read it to you. Salts from the sea have been used to decontaminate the body by way of ritual rubs since ancient times in the Mediterranean and Mesopotamia. From Cleopatra to Bathsheba, these natural salts have been used to exfoliate the skin and enhance circulation, vital to overall body health. To prepare for your purification ritual, light lemon or myrrh candles, step out of your clothes and hold the salts in the palms of both hands, praying. Isis, in your wisdom, help me reflect your image. My body is a temple to the goddess. Here I worship today with head and hands, heart and soul. Use the salts with a new loofah sponge and scrub yourself vigorously during the waning moon at midnight. Oh, that's oddly specific. That's why I'm too lazy to do any spells. Okay, pile 3, now you are free to go.